Hello and welcome to Inconceivable. I am William.
I'm Alex.
And I'm not Kyle.
Wow.
I'm Wesley.
Well, yeah, people know who you are.
I know, but it feels like it's been so long. Anyway, and this is the final frontier. But not really.
This is as far as you go.
Yeah. Oh,
Alright.
I'm glad though. I mean, I listened to the episode with Kyle on it. Mm-hmm. Great job, Kyle. It was good. Thanks for keeping my seat warm too.
It must have been kind of weird, like listening. It's like, there's an episode of Inconceivable I haven't heard before.
I know, and I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen.
Like, I don't have to relive this when I'm listening to it.
Yeah. Although it's not I don't mind it. It's nice. It's good.
I think I have trouble with it a little bit, so I'm just like, I've already heard this before. Skip to my part. Okay.
I see how it is now.
I don't do it that much.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Clearly.
So, I just kind of like to relive the moments of like our intense like laughter and stuff like that. Like when we have the most fun, I like to relive those moments.
For sure.
Yeah. Nice. Anyway, I'm gonna flip Gary, and we're gonna get to talking about Jessica Jones season 2.
Yay!
Well, let me be clear now. Strengths and weaknesses right off the bat. Strength, really good character development for like all the regulars of the show. Like they did a really good job of fleshing everybody out. Weakness of the show.
Not David Tennant.
That ties into there's like this huge void. Because there's like really no major villain for the second season, so it's like,
that's
like
what I was thinking.
Who's the bad guy?
That's what I didn't watch all of it, but I was watching the first couple of episodes. I'm like, there's no one who I can just be like, we need to fight you.
And it never really changes.
Seriously?
Like they eventually reveal like who's supposed to be the main bad guy, but they're not really, and it's weird. Like I don't know. It's not satisfying. And like Jessica Jones's relationship with that character is not satisfying, really, even though it's supposed to be.
Also, another thing: potential spoilers for anybody who hasn't seen the show or like hasn't. Or, just so you know, we usually talk about spoilers on here or potential spoilers. So that's a.
Are you okay with me discussing spoilers for the whole season, even though you haven't watched all of it?
I'm fine with it.
All right, here we go.
I didn't think I was going to rewatch it.
So the bad guy is supposed to be Jessica's mom. And
what?
So like,
right?
Did you get to the part where she meets that superpowered lady in the bar?
Yeah,
that's her mom.
What?
Yeah. So like, it's just like it's her mom, and like you're supposed to care about that, but you don't.
Your mom.
And it's just like, yeah, who cares, mom? Like you've been gone for so long, nobody cares about you anymore.
You're a terrible mom.
Yeah, and that's basically like I don't know. It's just it's supposed to be interesting, and it's not, and then. Like, one of the strongest episodes of Season 2 is when Kilgrave, he's in, like, a whole episode because it's basically, like, he's, like, in her head still.
Oh, really?
Like
I'm gonna
she's
go back
still...
and watch just that episode.
Yeah, it's episode 11, I think. Yeah, and, like, he's in the whole episode just there, like, tormenting her. Like, and you can tell he's just a figment of her imagination. Right. But, like, clearly it still bothers her. So it's, like, he's in her head, and it's just... It's a really good episode, and like that's the only episode where you actually feel there's a bad guy because he's back. You know what I mean? Like
the last couple of Netflix Marvel shows, it's felt like they've had a little bit of trouble with having a specific bad guy. Like, well, with Defenders, they had that lady.
Yeah, but then they kill her off like 2 episodes.
She's killed off, and then Elektra takes her place, sort of. And then not as much with Punisher, but with Punisher, he did have Danny
Danny which is really like
he's a bad guy, but there's also the one-eyed guy or something. So.
It was kind of like almost like a villain origin story because you get
and then the Iron Fist. There is the dad, but not really the dad, but then somebody else. Iron Fist was kind of weird for me, honestly.
My favorite villain of Iron Fist was honestly is his like friend guy.
I didn't get that far.
Oh, you didn't even get that far? Okay, because
stopped caring.
The Steel Serpent is in Iron Fist season 1, and for those of you who don't know who that is, that's like Iron Fist's like arch nemesis. He's in it, and like his character's cool, so that's worth seeing. I mean, he's not fully suited up yet, but neither is Iron Fist. I just don't know if I can get past the gagging reflex of watching the rest of the show.
It
wasn't that bad.
And Luke Cage messed it up because they had a good one, and then they came and brought that other guy.
I know, but I still liked Luke Cage, like all of it. It's probably my second favorite. Anyway, we're talking about Jessica Jones, and that was another thing. That was another thing. Is Luke Cage was a cool part of Jessica Jones season 1. There are like no noticeable cameos in the second season. You see what's his face from Daredevil for like
for like
literally
Foggy
yeah
Nelson.
You see Foggy for like literally a minute. Like he walks into the room and he's like says a few things, and then
it's under 5 minutes.
Yeah, and then Jerry's like, "Okay, leave," and he's like, "Bye," and that's like the only cameo for the whole season.
Hey,
yeah.
Do you think their production budget got cut at all?
I don't think so. No,
they got a second season.
They still got away with a lot of like impressive cinematography and stuff like that. So I don't know. It's just like it definitely felt like a sophomore outing. I mean, it's the second season, but like what I mean by that is it definitely felt like, all right, we're like establishing her universe more.
Yeah.
Instead of actually, because honestly, season 1 Jessica Jones was so good because the story was so fulfilling, but it was also kind of self-contained because you have Kilgrave getting killed at the end, so like that ends. So it's almost like, where do you go from there? You almost have to set things up again.
So that's what season 2 kind of was. Go back from that?
Yeah, it's kind of like Ruby season, like volume 4. Like honestly, like it's just like all right, the villains like we've reached a climax. Now we got to build things back up again. That's kind of what Jessica Jones season 2 is like. And I don't want to like underplay all the good things about it because it lacks some things, because like the character development for like the surrounding characters is really good. Like you grow to like Malcolm, the guy that lives down the
he's
from
better than in season 1.
Yeah, definitely. Well, that wasn't even his fault. Like Kilgrave made him an addict.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was like, "You're gonna be an addict," and he's like, "I'm gonna be."
Wait,
an addict.
I thought Malcolm made his own choices though.
Did he? I don't remember.
I think so.
But they do like make a reference in the second season that Kilgrave influenced him to do that, or partly, or something.
Well, Kilgrave did get him started on drugs, but Malcolm was in his own mind when he was doing those things. Like,
you're an once he probably initiated the addiction and then he got addicted, so it would still kind of be Kilgrave's fault.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you grow closer to Malcolm. You don't necessarily like Trish, but she becomes interesting. Like more interesting, and
I just don't like characters who are just like, "Oh, I'm gonna help because I want to," and then you're just in the way for the most part.
She becomes addicted to being a heroine. Not addicted to heroin, she becomes addicted to being like she wants to be a hero so bad. Like she straight out says to Jessica Jones, like, "I should have got the powers, not you." Like, yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, and actually in the last episode they hint to her having powers. Like, so she goes and searches out like the guy who gave Jessica her powers, and she's like, "Do the same thing to me." So he does, but like it gets interrupted, so you're not really sure if it worked. But then in the last episode, she like drops her phone, and she like boom, like moves her foot out and catches it, and like kicks it back up to her, like, and then she's like, So it's like she's got powers.
She pulled an Edward from Twilight with the apple.
Because in the comics, Trish is Hellcat, so it's like. We're gonna actually get Hellcat on the show now, I think, which is really cool. No, it will be cool. It will be cool.
I don't know who that is, but cool.
It's cool. Like, it's cool.
You trust me on this one.
Trust me on this one. It'll be cool.
I just don't really care about a lot of the characters.
It'll be
like
hella awesome.
No, but like I don't really care for Jessica, honestly. Like I don't relate to her. I just feel like she's
the same
mean.
way until this season though, because like you didn't get to episode 8.
I do like to see the PTSD that's going on. Like not like I'm like, oh, this is great to see, but it's like it helps her seem more human as opposed to just being a jerk.
Well, there's another aspect to that in season 2. I won't spoil this for you because it's my favorite episode, even though the David Tennant episode was good, with Kilgrave. Season 2, episode 8 is where things really start to pick up. Actually, it might be 7 or 8, but it's basically the whole episode is flashback. But it's where the season really starts to get good, and I literally almost cried at the end of the episode. They show you a side of Jessica that you didn't know existed, and it makes you feel for her again. You're like, wow, I used to not like that you were bitter all the time. Now I understand why you're bitter all the time. Like, it really, you thought it was Kilgrave, but it's before that even. Like, it's...
Was that the one when she's at the meeting, she has to throw the ball at the wall? or is that a different time? Because that was like, oh, that sucks, but.
You tell me what happened in the episode because I don't want to spoil it.
So basically, like she goes to a anger management class, and then she goes up, and they're all throwing a ball while saying all the things that happen to them. Then she goes up and she starts like rambling on and on and on until the point where she throws the ball so hard that it makes a dent into the
Yeah, but
ball.
like, what did she say?
I don't know.
Okay, well, I don't. It doesn't sound like you know what I'm talking about, so I'm gonna assume you don't. But but like, there's just this really like she experiences this really tragic thing, and
you mean losing her family?
After that,
because
she is older now, this happens, and like I don't know. It was just for me, it was really powerful, and it was kind of like, all right, I like Jessica more now than I did, and I like her relationship with Oscar, even though I don't totally approve. But I mean, it's a
Oscar
nothing really
like a pretty
great.
Cool guy.
Yeah, Oscar's cool.
His kid.
That would just be my own convictions,
though.
but
his kid is dumb, jumping into a window, being like, "Hey, can you catch me?"
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah,
I was like, "Are you serious, child? How old are you? You're so stupid.
Stop it, child." No, yeah, but Oscar's cool. That relationship works out. But I mean, we all know she ends up with Luke Cage anyway.
Yeah, we all know
they
that.
get married. So like, Oscar is just another cog in the machine.
Does that mean those two shows will come into one show at one point?
Maybe.
The more successful one will absorb the other.
They're gonna go for coffee at the end of one.
Oh,
that's their backup plan. Whatever show is more successful will just eat up the other.
Yeah,
one.
exactly. Well, Iron Fist is actually going to be in season 2 of Luke Cage that comes out this year, and that's important because in the comics, Iron Fist and Luke Cage are heroes for hire. Like in the comics,
Danny's like a billionaire.
In the comics, Iron Fist and Luke Cage are actually like best buddies.
So how does that work in the universe? The heroes for hire?
You hire somebody to do.
They're basically mercenaries.
I would say that
it worked in the comics because in the comics, Danny Rand didn't inherit his company.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how that worked in the comics. So it'll have to be a little different, obviously.
He's like, I'm gonna want to have some extra pocket
he's basically
change.
Batman, like right now, like Bruce Wayne.
Ugh.
Yeah.
Like that sounds kind of weird. Like hiring a hero. Like that kind of.
It's like hiring a bounty hunter, except they're nice.
Yeah. Hey, this bank's getting robbed. Can you like help us?
Sure,
for a price.
Well, I don't think it like works like that exactly, but yeah, but no, that'll be cool. I'm looking forward to Luke Cage season 2. So this ended up kind of being like. Just we're gonna talk about all the Netflix shows.
Basically.
Well, they're also
Jessica Jones is pretty connected with a lot of the stuff.
Not season 2 wasn't.
Well,
but
yeah, I know, but like it's kind of when you're talking about Netflix Marvel shows, it's kind of hard not to talk about a lot of them.
Well, they're all connected one way or another, and
that's what Marvel does.
Something that I found interesting. Claire, I think that's her name.
Yeah.
Claire, the
Claire
nurse.
Temple.
She was like a tie-in for most of the series, except for the Punisher. And this one, this season.
She's not in Punisher, right?
She's not in Punisher.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah,
like she was the tie-in for the most part, and possibly some other people. But it's interesting to see how like she was like this really big thing. Like, oh, hey, you watch this show? Guess what? She's in this one, and this one, and this one.
Well, like the tie-in for Punisher was the other chick.
Yeah, the other girl. What's her name?
Pam. And her name's not Pam.
What's her name? I just don't. I'm sorry. It's like characters I care about. Daredevil.
Peggy. No, that's
Peggy's
that's
not.
different.
No,
she's not alive.
She's not.
And she's dead.
Shit. Wait. Karen Page.
Karen Page.
I remember her name.
I was almost. I had the P right.
At the end of her name.
A lot. Yeah. But yeah,
Yeah.
she's in Punisher. That was the kid. That was the
That was a tie-in.
the connector for tie-in for that one. Yeah, not a lot that ties Jessica Jones season 2 to the rest of the universe.
I don't know if I just like. I feel like I don't really feel invested in the Marvel shows anymore. Like some of them, I definitely want to watch. Daredevil.
Oh, Daredevil.
Love it.
Like,
Punisher, yes. But the other ones are just like, it just doesn't feel like.
Daredevil season 2. I mean Daredevil season 3. Daredevil season 3. Like I'm so excited.
Was Daredevil the first?
First
Yes.
one,
Okay.
Yeah.
that was amazing. Second one was Jessica Jones season 1, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
Mostly because I liked the villain because he.
And then
was
did
kinda
Daredevil season 2 come out before Luke Cage?
Yes, it
Yeah.
came out in 2015.
Yeah, so then it was Daredevil season 1, Jessica Jones season 1, Daredevil season 2,
Luke
Cage
Cage
season 1,
Iron
Fist season 1, and then
Defenders,
Defenders.
and then
Yeah.
Punisher.
Yeah, and then Punisher, and then now Jessica Jones season 2, and Luke Cage season 2 is coming up, and so is in Daredevil's. Actually, they're all coming up soon, but Luke Cage is the next one.
I can't believe Iron Fist.
But here's the thing, though. This is why I think that it's kind of losing steam. All of the other shows are coming into their second season. So that's kind of why it's like, all right, well, all the shows are figuring themselves out now. So it's kind of like just kind of bear with it for a little bit. I think Daredevil will carry it again this year with season 3
that was one of the
Kingpin's coming back and
Defenders.
like it's gonna be it's gonna be a big season. In fact, the way that Defenders ends immediately ties in with Daredevil season 3, and it's a huge story, like a huge arc in the comic books that they're potentially going to be exploring.
So you said like one of the biggest attractions to season 1 obviously was the villain, and that's what I heard from a lot of people. But you also said that, like not having the villain season 2, you said that they did make you care about Jessica Jones more, which I
think
feel
they
like,
did.
Which I feel like is what they needed to do to set up a successful long-running series.
Yeah.
Because if the villain was the main reason why you're watching it, that's kind of bad news for the main character.
Yeah, because you still didn't really care about Jessica that much in the first season.
Oh no,
it was the relationship between her and Kilgrave.
I'm just like, I'm on your side because he's a terrible person.
Because he's more bad than you are.
But he's more interesting than you.
Yeah, definitely season 2. At least I started to care more about Jessica. Afterwards,
it's a problem when the villain's more charismatic than the hero.
Yeah,
I'm just like, oh, I don't feel right.
Yeah, but because I mean, it's just like Jessica's very unlikable, and
she's not a people person.
Yeah,
who is a people person in the shows? Because Luke Cage isn't really.
Yeah, he is.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
He's usually just like, I want to be left alone.
That was only for a little bit, though.
Okay.
And then he's kind of like...
Punisher is definitely not a people person.
No.
I think Matt is... He's pretty cool.
Murdoch?
He's pretty chill.
He's a pretty
Iron Fist, he's just... he's so weird.
I'm the immortal Iron Fist. Seriously, if you tell someone that again, like...
It's like, dude, stop getting on that drugs and get off of that.
Yeah.
He's just...
I don't know.
I don't like him, okay? He was better with Luke Cage in Defenders. That was my favorite thing
Seeing
about
them together will be good.
They
was
were
really good.
Dynamic.
I know you said it like sometime in season 1, but what's your current ranking for the Marvel shows?
Yeah. So now that we've got Jessica Jones on, just now that we have season 2 out, here's my rankings are like Daredevil's obviously number 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then for me, number 2 is Luke Cage.
Punisher.
And then number 3 for me after that is Defenders. I'm not like including, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. Then Jessica Jones season 1 because Kilgrave.
Because Jessica Jones kind of represents all the shows. I mean, Defenders kind of represents all the shows. So like, mine would be Daredevil, Luke Cage, Punisher, Jessica Jones, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is way at the bottom for me.
Yeah,
there's like a big gap between.
Not for me. I liked Iron Fist.
It was very slow, and I didn't really care for the character. Honestly, he was weird. He was like a weird kid. Who's like, I can do this and this and this, and I'm just like, I do not care.
You keep talking.
Good for you. I inherited $1 billion from my company. Whoopee.
You know what? Actually, I don't know. It's hard because I think I might like Jessica Jones better than Punisher. I don't know, because I don't feel like there's really that many memorable moments of Punisher season 1.
I can think of one.
What?
When he takes Danny's face. Is it Danny?
Yeah, you have to wait the whole season for that, though.
Oh, but still, it's like
it's good.
Amazing.
That's literally in the last scene of the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. My Wesley's official Netflix Marvel Universe rankings: Daredevil, Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, Punisher, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is still at the bottom, I want to point out.
Yeah.
And if you had to insert Defenders in there?
If I did insert Defenders in there, it'd probably be number 2. I really liked the team up.
That's good.
Yeah.
I feel like that part especially needs to be successful.
Yeah.
I'd say it's above Luke Cage and Iron Fist for me. Still interesting. It was a good time.
Yeah, it was a good time. It was fun.
I don't feel like I don't have the right to make a ranking list because I haven't seen half of these shows.
I think when it comes to Defender, sorry if I'm interrupting you.
Yeah, no, I was just but I have seen almost all of Daredevil, and that I can already tell because I've seen bits and pieces of all these shows, and like gauging my interest level. I just don't have time to watch all these. But Daredevil's the only one that I would go out of my way to watch.
If you should watch any of them, it should be Daredevil is easily the best superhero TV show out there right now.
I've seen all of season 1. I saw like almost all of season 2. But yeah, I really liked Daredevil.
In fact, when it comes to Defenders, I think Defenders is moving in the opposite direction as the TV shows. I think it'll get better as it goes on, whereas the shows are struggling a little bit going forward, but they'll get better. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
I'm confident. I think it's just a matter of, like you said, with them trying to build up these storylines, they gotta stick with it, and it's gonna be hard. Like I think this will be their really testing period.
TV shows, the introductory seasons are easy.
Yeah, well,
you know what I mean?
I mean, that's fair, because you got new interests and stuff like that. But this is going to be hard because Netflix is trying to support a lot of shows at once. It's not supporting one show. There's like 5. So it's like they have to see like the light at the end of the tunnel that this could be like really amazing if they keep up all these shows and really put the time and effort that they need to. However, from a strictly company financial standpoint, it'd be really easy to see that they drop some of them. You know?
I'm excited to see them all where they're at right now, because I remember when this was first announced and it was just like, I can't believe, like, it was hard to imagine what it would look like, and now it's here. Like, now they're all here. I'm holding out hope for Iron Fist that it'll get better, just because I really like the character that he's supposed to be. Like, does that make sense? Like, I see the Iron Fist in the comics, and I'm like, he's really cool. Like, I think it's really cool. And I think it'll get there. Like, Defenders was a high point for Iron Fist, because you saw his interactions with Luke Cage, which are really important for his character. So, yeah. It's Jessica Jones Season 2, plus some.
More than a little bit of plus some.
Yeah.
All right, well, with that, I'm going to go next here, and I want to talk about Final Space. Now, if you don't know what Final Space is, that's totally fine.
Little Bingo, we love you!
So, we have to go way back here to learn why this is really special. So, a YouTuber by the name of Olin Rogers, one of my favorite YouTubers, got famous for making funny skits and being really good at telling childhood stories. It's so great because Olin Rogers will take a story that you could basically tell in 30 seconds, and it wouldn't be like, a giggle. You know?
He's just a really good storyteller in general. That's what he is as a storyteller.
And he'll be able to stretch it out to like a 10-minute video while making it entertaining and hilarious the entire way through. And it's like, I hear a lot of crap like from people who's like, oh, none of this stuff really happened. Like, there's no way else. It's like, no, he's just really good about making non-funny stuff funny. Like, that's just how he is. So he makes it sound like his childhood was a freaking comedy show, when it's not really. He's just really good at making really simple moments that we've all experienced.
Like, for instance, when he explained the story about the raccoon in the garage. Like, he could have just been like, oh, there's a raccoon in the garage, and it was really scary, but I eventually let it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's exactly what happens, but the way he does it is like, he like does all the yelling and like
it
just
makes
really...
It
seen that one.
Yeah.
It makes it like an adventure, you know?
Yeah,
you
exactly.
With them, and it's amazing, and I freaking love it. Like, my favorite video by far, well, I shouldn't say by far because I love them so much, but it's the Ghost in the Stalls one.
That one and the paintball one are mine.
And you know, maybe he remembers them a little differently than they actually happened, but who cares? We all do about things. Yeah.
But he's definitely not making up content.
No, he's not doing it just... Yeah, exactly. They're not made up stories completely.
Haters.
Yeah.
So
they're just gonna hate.
Yeah. But seriously, if you want some like genuine laughs, this guy's amazing. Go look him up on YouTube, watch his stuff. But he's also been big into making shows, you know, like a lot of YouTubers.
Yeah, he's an animator.
Yeah. And he's had this, and he's occasionally done a couple like one-off videos of animation, and he's got this really interesting, unique blend of being like his own style of comedy, but plus a lot of heart and seriousness, like where there's like stuff at stake, you know, like a lot of it's like some of the stuff like really have like kind of depressing endings. It's like, okay, okay, it's sad.
I'll just go.
There's a one-off one about like
the robot and his boy.
Yeah,
I love that one.
Oh,
like he's like he's created a lot of pilots for things.
Yes.
One, and Final Space is just one of the pilots that has taken off.
I will say though, I think Final Space is one of his original ideals for a show that he purposely not make videos for previously because he knew that if he ever got the opportunity to make a show, this would be it. And if he wanted to make a pilot, he wanted to have the budget and manpower to make it really successful. So Owen Rogers goes out and he makes this amazing pilot, and he does like almost all the voices. By the way, he's an amazing undiscovered voice actor in my opinion. He's great.
Which, by the way, voices the main character of his own show.
Oh yeah,
now that it's on TBS. Yeah,
which is perfect because he's essentially him. You know,
yeah, exactly,
it's literally him.
Yeah. So
just fixing the camera and all that.
So he makes the pilot and he gets 3 interviews with companies. He gets one from Netflix, he gets one from YouTube, and he gets one from TBS. Yeah. And
why did he go with TBS, by the way?
Well, I'm going to explain that.
Okay, cool.
So he was amazed because he got to work with I forget the name, but he got to work with a really good director or producer, one of those guys, to really help bring this pilot to make it. And he gave him lots of tips on what he needs to do and what he needs to bring to all these big companies to seal a deal. And he was just hoping for one of them, But it turns out all 3 of them went fantastic, and they all wanted him. But he had to choose, like, well, now I have to choose. Like, what the heck? So he decided, because his fan base is with the YouTube community, that's what he was looking out for, is that what's the best way that the community can see this. So the problem with YouTube and Netflix is that Netflix wanted to make it a Netflix exclusive, and YouTube wanted to make a YouTube Red exclusive show. But he wanted to do it in a way where everybody could see this. He understands that not everybody has a Netflix account, even though a lot of people do, and certainly not everybody has a YouTube Red account. He wants to make this available to everybody. So TBS had options where everybody could see it, and he made it work out so that that way the biggest portion of his
already established fan base
could see it. And he has, because right now you can watch Final Space on the TBS app, which is totally free. You can watch it totally free. So it's literally
all the episodes that are out.
I tried going on there actually, and they said I had to put in like a code or something.
No, I went on there and just watched it.
The first 2 episodes. The other episodes you have to do something.
Well, that being said, they're still on TV where everybody can see them, and then they also have options down the road for being...
Yeah, what I've noticed about shows like that is you might have to wait until it's not the newest episode.
Right.
Because that's what it was like with Walking Dead when we watched Walking Dead.
I went back to Walking Dead and they still don't have it for free.
Oh, well...
But regardless of the fact, TBS will work with companies like Netflix and all but also bring it to that platforms. But if you lock it in with YouTube or Netflix, it's not going on.
So the show could still end up on Netflix. Is the thing. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Because that company works with those companies in tandem.
So he was just choosing the one that had the biggest more options.
Yeah, the least exclusive platform. Yeah. So that was really cool that he was looking out for his viewers and not for himself.
Yeah.
And also with this, TBS gave him a lot of cool contacts because the cast for this is crazy. What's funny is that we were just talking about
it's David really a star-studded cast.
David Tennant is in this, and that really shocked me because he's one of my favorite actors. So to see that freaking one of my favorite YouTubers, going through this journey with him, and that's why this makes it so special.
Yeah, he's like, I told William, I was like, it's like a child of ours is achieving his dream.
It's like watching our friend do something great. It's just like, that's my boy.
Yeah,
that's my friend.
So you have Owen Rogers, who plays the main character. You've also got Tom Kenny. You have Fred I'm so bad.
Armitage?
No.
What?
There's
a Fred Armitage?
No.
Fred Armisen. I don't recognize him. Tom Kenny, SpongeBob.
Yeah.
Holy crap! What character is he on Final Space?
He's Hugh.
Okay, I don't know who he is. Yeah. I haven't seen the show, by the way.
Which one's Hugh again? Is that the yellow guy?
Just a preface, I'm not really talking spoilers here. I'm only talking about because I've only seen the first 2 episodes.
I've only seen the first 2 also.
Yeah, so you can watch that right now. And I'm just kind of doing an introductory and behind the scenes about this because I want to talk in depth about the series once it's all out. Because right now there's only 4 episodes out, so there's still a lot more to come. I don't even think it's halfway done yet. So once that's all done, then I'll bring it back up on the show. We'll talk about spoilers and how I like the show. But right now I'm just talking an introductory thing because really I want more people to watch the show and support the show.
We want to raise awareness for Final Space because Owen Rogers is the man. And
so you also have David Tennant as Lord Commander. Hello, that's amazing. That's the main guy. So David Tennant's not a cameo. He's one of the You also have, I'm just scrolling through the ones I know. Conan O'Brien, by the way, is one of the executive producers, I believe.
Yeah, he was on Conan, and he's like, I loved this idea. I wanted to be a part of it. So, like, he's part of making it happen.
Yep, so he also voices a character in that, too, which is really cool. You've also got Stephen Ewan? Again,
from The Walking Dead.
From The Walking Dead.
Glenn.
You've got Caleb McLaughlin, who plays one of the kids.
Show me a picture of him again. So it's.
Oh
yeah, it's yeah.
I'm trying to remember his.
I don't remember his character's name.
Yeah, so bad. They've also got, but yeah. So one of the kids from Stranger Things. I've got Ron Perlman on here. That's a big deal. Yeah.
Wow.
Deathstroke.
And it also says Andy Richter, which I assume he's more of a cameo. But hey. And there's probably other people in here that are big names too that I just personally don't recognize. Mm-hmm. That's fine. But like, just check it out on IMDb, like I am, and it's really freaking cool. That it's really inspiring as someone like me, who's like doing smaller things, hoping to do big things one day.
Yeah.
And it just seemed that he did it,
Right, because Owen Rogers, like, originally, he's just like a regular guy who started to do something that he loved, and then he was able to learn and grow from that and start to do something really, really big.
Because Owen Rogers, he's a popular YouTuber, but he's middle of the pack. He's definitely not, like, he's popular, but he's definitely not in the limelight, even in YouTube's center things. Because
YouTube's.
I think I'm gonna look up right now how many subscribers he has, but. You definitely won't see him in trending all the time. He has a very cult following, very loyal following. So he's almost got 100,000 subscribers. No, I'm sorry, he's almost got 1 million subscribers, which sounds like a lot, but in YouTube terms, there's like so many people who have like 5 million and more. Like, that's just it's so many. Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely up there. He's got almost 1 million subscribers. Congrats for him. That's gonna be great. I'd imagine that by the end of this at the end of Final Space, he'll probably get to 1 million, because this, I'm sure, is really helping him. But that's really cool. It's just, it's so, you just really got to see this guy in his videos because he's so charismatic. He's got a lot of heart.
Yeah.
He really cares for. He does this really cool thing where he's got this like this soda parlor in Nashville.
That was one of his dream jobs, and it took forever for him to do, and it basically almost hit him to his breaking point, but he was able to get it done.
But it's so because he's gone to 2 locations, because the first location he made it quickly outgrow because it was so successful, so he had to go to a bigger one, which was a big process. But just like he made a really fun spot for kids to hang out and have fun, and he would host like video game tournaments and stuff like that. But he basically made he made like a bar kind of setting where you see like adults hang out, but he made it like soda parlor, so like for like teenagers to hang out. I think that's really cool. And I wish growing up that there was more places that catered to that kind of age
crowd.
It's a pity that we weren't born in the 80s, because they had arcades and stuff, and we didn't really
like
I wish we had
being a
like
90s kid growing up. It was kind of like a weird spot, because
we were like video games. We didn't grow up in the 90s. We were born in the 90s, and I'm 95, you're 95, you're 97. So really, it's like we only faintly remember the 90s, mostly growing up in the early 2000s. And a lot of that cool stuff was missing from it.
So it's like, just because like we were like mostly living in the 90s doesn't mean we still weren't doing a lot of 90s stuff.
Well, being homeschooled, you had a lot of...
That's a slow down the process just a little bit.
You were already...
When we got a DVD
we were never the cool kids. We were never ahead of the curve as far as style stuff goes.
Be like the cool kids.
I remember rewinding VHS tapes.
Oh
I do too. I remember you not being able to watch a lot of VHS tapes, Alex.
I remember.
Stop it! We already had the conversation on the podcast.
I remember, rather than being on the phone in the bathroom, I remember playing those water toy games where you like press the buttons.
And it makes the rings fall. I know that. I remember that.
I had that keychain basketball game that you just push like 4 buttons to move and then shoot.
I remember when McDonald's was like had those like Sonic, like all the different kinds of like Sonic held handy. Back when McDonald's toys were cool.
Toys were made for kids.
Back when they were worth having. Like, they don't even advertise that anymore.
Watched the show, you were...
By the way, they're taking the hamburger out of the McDonald's Happy Meal. Yeah, it's not healthy enough.
It's McDonald's.
Dang it!
Everything is unhealthy. I worked there for 2.5 years.
You know,
I know.
You know what is healthy? Final Space.
There's salad. Oh,
Final Space is healthy.
I'm quiet because I'm subduing rage.
And that's
How
like,
dare you?
I know.
You talk about their salads being healthy. I'll tell you they're
Salad.
Anywho, so yeah, Final Space. So now I talk about that. Final Space is this really cool show where it goes along with what he's all about, which is creating something that's got his unique style of comedy, which I personally really love. If you're not about it, whatever. People sometimes are trying to compare this to, like, oh, it's just like a bad Rick and Morty. It's like, no, but it's not Rick. Like, you can't just say that every adult animated show is supposed to be like Rick and Morty. Like, this is different. It's not the same humor at all, because like Rick and Morty is very crude humor, and that's got its own space. But this
one has some of it.
Love Rick and Morty.
It's got a little bit, but it's totally. It really is its own thing. Like, yeah, you can compare it to other styles of comedy, but Olin Rogers is very distinct in his style of
he really
comedy is a wide range, and you can take something from any part of it.
So like, I just love how Olin Rogers is still like all enamored with this newfound stardom he has. He's like, he was talking about going on the Conan show before he was on it, and he's like, I'm gonna meet freaking Conan, and he says it just like that. Like he's so
12-year-old.
I know, he's so like doesn't even know what to do with himself right now. He's so excited.
This is okay. Basically, he is acting the same way that we would act if we got to do something like that. We'd be like, I'm going on TV.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so fun watching this guy, and like you can see that just seep through the show, and just the amazing quality that this show exudes, and it's really fun. So you've got this guy. His name's Gary Space, who's the main character, who's voiced by Olin Rogers.
Gary Space. And
at first, as you're like picturing him, like you think he's the captain of this ship, but then you actually find out that. I can't remember if they actually really went into details.
No, he's a prisoner.
But he's actually a prisoner of this ship. And he's been on the ship for 5 years, and he's going a little bit crazy, and he's got all these robots and stuff like that that's both like keeping the ship like up to shape and all that, but also there's like a robot that's like literally to help him keep him sane by like companionship in a way.
The problem is that robot is the one that drives him insane.
Oh yeah,
which robot is it?
Isn't it?
It's the yellow one that floats around,
is it
right?
Kevin?
I think it's
Kevin.
It sounds like
what is Mooncake? Is he an alien?
Oh yeah, so as you're learning about his situation, he stumbles upon this creature called Mooncake, which reminds him.
He calls it Mooncake.
Mooncake, yeah, which reminds him of this old pet caterpillar he used to have. But literally, Mooncake, if you haven't seen the show, Mooncake is this like imagine like
it's like the mascot for the show.
Imagine like a green Kirby.
Yeah,
I was thinking like the green version of the little alien guy from Treasure Planet. What's his name?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yeah,
I don't remember what it is, but
exactly
Treasure Planet's great.
But
smart,
he doesn't.
I think
He's so cute. He doesn't even like speak language. He's like
yeah, he's on all the promotional material. Like he's pretty much.
He does much better than any minion. I'll tell you that.
Oh my gosh, it's so but it turns out that Mooncake, who appears to be really lovable and fluffy and stuff, is actually a planet killer. Yeah,
of course.
Yeah, and like he like saves Olin's life in the first episode.
Danny's life.
Yeah, it's like he's in space. He's trying to get back to his ship because he's falling through space. He's like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm running out of oxygen. And then like as he's like going unconscious, like Mooncake like destroys a huge bunch of asteroids that were gonna take him, and then just brings it back to the ship. But yeah,
and
so
Danny
then
doesn't know anything. He's like, oh,
and then this is basically the plot of the story where you basically switch to this guy called Lord Commander, which is the evil guy. He's trying to get this alien, whose name is not Mooncake. It's like some weird code thing, very similar to like Lilo and Stitch. You know, it's like 626. Like no, his name is Stitch. You know, you named him what? So they're trying to get after, and they've got both the commander, but also lots of bounty hunters trying to go after him for having this, and he's just like, no, he saved my life. I've got to like protect this guy. You know, with very little knowledge of him, but so it's basically his journey of this, like just literally just him having an adventure and him just being happy to be doing something else than just being trapped in this ship. You know, he's like excited about like. It's a really cool plot, and it's already like they've already put some stakes in the show. Like that's not a very it's not strictly like a happy show. Like this show's got stakes. Like it showed a character die, and like I know it sounds weird, but like there was like blood and stuff like that, which is like a very like interesting choice if you're doing animation. Like you don't necessarily have to do that because it's all cartoony. Like no, they went with the route.
Oh, this show gets really dark in episode 2. Like I was surprised how far I went. I'm like, is this like a kid's show or like something like kind of like a teenage show? Oh my goodness, that is terrifying.
So it's adult in the way where it's serious and mature.
It's also not just like serious, like oh this is somber. It's more like oh my gosh, that's terrifying. I don't know how to see that.
Wow, real stakes in this show. And
can't wait to go home and watch it.
Yeah,
like, it's supposed to be funny. Like it's not just stakes. It's like it's supposed to be like the funny like thing. Yeah. But for me, it's just like the
Yeah. Yeah, the awkward laughing.
Yeah. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah. Good.
Yeah. So, but yeah, there's real stakes in the show, and it's got good comedy, it's got great heart, and it's a really, really fresh take on this genre that we're seeing going in the rate of Rick and Morty, you know. Yeah. Which I'm not saying anything bad about. I'm just saying that's
I love Rick and Morty.
That's a specific choice to go down, and they're decided to do something completely different, and that's totally fine because you know what? This is totally Olin Rogers.
Olin Rogers is the kind of guy that'll have his own network. Yeah, someday.
He is not. He's not using other people's like shows. Like I'm going to do a show like Rick and Morty. Like no, he's just doing the thing that he's been wanting to do his entire career. You know. Yeah. So, and I think that's freaking amazing.
It's great, and he's like not exactly old. Like he's
in his 30s.
He's young. He's fine.
Do yourself a favor. Go watch yourself some Olin Rogers on YouTube, and then go watch Final Space.
Yeah, grow to love Olin Rogers, and then watch Final Space.
Not and love the guy. He's hilarious.
And the first time I watched him, like my friend showed me one of the episodes. I think it was Ghost in the Stalls. I'm just like, this man is insane. And then I kept watching.
Then you kept watching.
William quotes an episode of it all the time to me because the character in his story's name was Wesley. Wesley! Shoot him! So I get it a lot from a lot of people.
Yes, Wesley!
Yeah.
Apparently and then he shoots me in the thigh!
Yeah, apparently one of his childhood friends was named Wesley. So good for me.
He was odd.
All right, so how do we go? Okay, so you want to talk about Infinity War, and how do we even talk about it in 20 minutes?
We start by flipping
I know we start by flipping Gary, but I can't hold my excitement in.
Also, sadly enough, no David Tennant in this segment. David Tennant's been prevalent in all these
segments. I know, yeah.
But yes.
No more David Tennant.
Yes, I know. More Marvel. You guys going to complain about it? I do not care, because Infinity War.
David Tennant's not a tenant in this one.
That was taken.
Stop it.
Try to.
And unfortunately, there's a different doctor in this one.
Ooh, Doctor
Strange.
Okay,
different kind of doctor.
So no. This is our third trailer. We're talking about the third trailer.
So there's an official trailer. There's a Super Bowl TV spot, sort of, and then there's this trailer in the movie.
No, there was a teaser Super Bowl TV spot, and this is the trailer.
Official trailer. I can't believe
because they were all good links, though.
The teaser wasn't a teaser though. It was like a big trailer. Like it had a lot of stuff.
Because that was the one that made me like.
That's the one that we watched.
One of the best trailers I've seen in a long time. Yeah. The second one was.
It's basically the same thing except like a couple of.
Yeah, but this one.
Okay.
Like
we're running out of time. Let's talk. All right. So new trailer drops and we have our minds exploded. Very much, and we don't know how to talk. So basically,
Go.
You're really excited.
I am.
Do you want to talk about it?
No, you go ahead. It's all you, man.
Oh man,
you sound like Shaq. It's all you, man.
You got this.
I don't know, Scoop.
Well, I don't know where to start because.
Do you want me to help you? No. I can help.
This trailer, like it's. Potential spoilers, but also things that just rock you to your core because you're realizing that it's the end of an era. Because basically, the Avengers, the MCU has been going on for 10 years, ever since 2008, Iron Man's movie, and then Nick Fury comes out at the end credit scene. He's like, "I need to talk to you about the Avengers Initiative." And we're like, "Oh my gosh, this is actually a thing!" And then we got our first Avengers movie in 2012, and that was like we've never had something like this happen, and I didn't really start watching Marvel movies until the year before, so even for me it was big. It was not as big as that for everyone else. I'm just like, this is history in the making basically. And then that has been leading up to this movie, so for the past 6 years it's been leading up to this movie with Thanos as the main villain, and he's absolutely going to kill it, I think, because he
literally kill it. Like some people are going to die.
He wants to kill half the universe, people.
Yeah,
he's probably going to do
it to bring balance.
Bring
Yeah,
balance,
and I think I'm already really liking this villain because
Thanos is
he's coming more realistically, because this could easily be the I'm just gonna destroy everything kind of
there's
character.
real stakes.
He's
like
not-
he can actually
He's not just
end
a jerk.
things.
Yeah, no, he doesn't want to just kill everything in sight. He just like, no, I have a specific worldview that I want to enforce.
I want balance. Basically, so Josh Brolin, who's the actor for this, like voice actor and
motion capture.
Yeah,
his face is Thanos.
Basically
They've done a lot of.
So he is basically saying that Thanos is actually kind of more of the main character in this movie.
He has the most screen time.
Yeah, and it's
interesting.
This trailer shows a lot from his point of view, and also from Gamora's point of view, because she was Thanos'
abducted daughter.
Abducted, sure.
Yeah. Killed her whole race.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
And real quick, I just want to say that the first trailer, which was really psyched, they made the Guardians of the Galaxy appear to be a cameo because they were basically a cameo in that trailer. And the way that the spot that they got in that trailer made them seem like a cameo. This trailer changed that completely.
I kind of figured Gamora would be a big part because she's related to him.
Here's the thing, though.
In a way.
So Chris Pratt says that Star-Lord is a little bit more of a cameo appearance in this movie. That being said, we do see more of him in the movie. Like when we think cameo, it's just like a few scenes and then or one scene.
He's going to get some action.
Yeah, I was going to say
you see him doing.
The
stuff.
directors, the Russo brothers, have already come out and said that the characters that don't get as much screen time in Infinity War are being pushed to the front in Avengers 4. So we're going to get to see everybody between the two.
Because if you didn't already, this is technically part one of a two-part thing.
Kind of.
It was going to be two-part, and then...
I think the reason they've scrapped that is to preserve some of the mystery about what will happen. Because if it's just a one-part, two-part, it's kind of more predictable that way.
I will expect a big cliffhanger at the end of this, though.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. But honestly...
Things are going to end bad.
But
somebody's going to die.
Not a cliffhanger so much in the traditional sense, because we're going to get tons of movies in between that and 4.
Right.
Well,
so that's true.
A theory that people have been speculating is that when Gamora's talking about Thanos, she says, like, if he gets all the Infinity Stones, he's able to, like, change the universe with a snap of
which he literally does in the comics.
Yeah. So people are wondering, like, what would be absolutely crazy is if he snaps his fingers and then the screen, like, goes black, and that would be the cliffhanger, and then we don't know what happens, like, everything that's happened in the movie, like we've seen, but we don't know what happens after that, so that'd be a really insane cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Probably not gonna happen. I don't think so. But
because does he even get all the Infinity Stones?
Not in this one, I don't think.
Yeah,
he's gonna have.
We don't know. We don't know if he will. We haven't even found the Soul Stone.
Wait, isn't
that's the orange one? That's one that hasn't shown up yet at all.
So what's the one that that Vision has then?
That's the Mind Stone.
Mind Stone.
That's the yellow one, right?
Yep.
So basically, Thanos is going after that one, and he's going after the time
motto.
Yeah,
which is
time
the green,
one, which Doctor Strange has.
Yeah.
So again, spoilers are probably potential spoilers. From the trailer, it looks like our heroes get their butts kicked, and they know that Thanos is coming, and they're like, all right, we need to be in a secure place, so they're going to Wakanda, which we are already excited about because Black Panther, woo! Woohoo! And we're getting a lot of our old best characters back.
All of our besties.
There's gonna be I think there's 26 main-ish characters, which is absolutely insane.
Who do you guys think is gonna die?
Either Captain America, Iron Man, or Vision.
I think Thor and Iron Man are gonna die. The reason I think Thor is gonna die is because in the trailer, there's a lot. I know there's trailer trickery, but he's got his hand on Thor's head, and it looks to be in the same scene as Loki with the Black Order, looking on. It's like, is he making Loki watch him kill Thor?
I think that's at the beginning, actually, because you know that Thanos.
Oh, you're right, because he breaks the Tesseract and gets the Space Stone.
If you watched Thor Ragnarok, his ship comes out in the beginning, and basically I think is going to happen is he's going to attack that ship. There's bodies everywhere.
Right, yeah. So that's
the Asgardians. So I'm thinking that Loki has a Tesseract, and Thanos is like, I'm going to kill your brother, and then Loki has to make a choice. Like, am I going to help my brother, or am I going to keep the Tesseract? So he
again
basically gives it to Thanos, and. I don't know what's going to happen to Loki because we only see him in that segment of...
Oh, yeah, Loki could die.
Maybe he could die, honestly. Yeah. For real this time, not the first 3 times.
First 3 times.
2 or 3 times. Good grief.
I really think Captain America is going to be gone.
I'm really set in stone that Iron Man will die. I really think Iron Man's going to die.
I think Robert Downey Jr. has been looking for an exit for a long time.
I think that Chris Evans is looking for an exit too, and it would be heartbreaking for me because I absolutely love those
Bucky
characters.
isn't in a good position to take over right now.
Yep.
He is.
Yeah, and he becomes Captain America in the comics. It's a really cool run.
Most likely.
Because he's hit a big character moment where he's now resetting, basically.
Yeah.
We saw him at the end of...
Black Panther.
Yeah.
White Wolf.
Mm-hmm. But the end of this trailer was absolutely like dropping for me because Thanos has his gauntlet and he goes to grab Cap for like whatever reason, and this guy is huge. When you see like Cap, like he's
holding his fingers with his whole hands,
with his whole entire hands, and Thanos is just pushing down on him. And you know, Cap is a very, very strong guy, and he is struggling. He's like absolutely screaming.
He's like Hulk size.
I'm watching it. I'm just like, oh my poor boy.
My poor boy.
Not Cap.
So Chris Evans and Scarlett Johansson have talked about their characters, and apparently, Nomad. I'm gonna call him Nomad because
Steve. He's still Steve.
No, he's Nomad. At this point, Captain America is.
He's not officially Nomad.
Well, we don't know that. No, we haven't figured that out thus far. But anyway, Steve and Black Widow. Chris Evans talks about them as being like disillusioned heroes now. Like they
don't know what to do.
They're dark and like they have nobody supporting them now. So the help that they've been giving has been like really sacrificial. Like it's like they're just in a dark place.
Yeah, well, they're basically in a place where they don't know who they are anymore. Yeah, because Cap, like he's been Captain America for so long, and that's basically his his identity.
His whole identity is in that.
Yeah, basically. And then they're basically the Russo brothers are basically saying like he is struggling with finding out who he is if he's not Captain America, and it's a very interesting place for him to be in. I have notes too. Also,
Alex always has notes.
Also, it looks like Thor's going to get a new weapon this time.
Yep, Stormbreaker.
Stormbreaker.
There's no R.
Stormbreaker?
Yeah.
Are you sure about
that? I'm pretty sure it's Stormbreaker.
I'll check that out. Hold on a sec.
Real quick, before we get too far away from it, we talked about characters we think are going to die. There's certain characters that basically have immunity that we know are not going to die because of coming movies. So, we know the Guardians are safe. We know that Spider-Man's safe.
Spider-Man's definitely safe.
Yeah.
But I think, actually...
Okay, it is Stormbreaker. IGN, you misspelled it.
Good grief, IGN. Whoa. Get it right.
Yeah.
One job.
Anyway, you're right. Spider-Man is safe. The Guardians are safe because they're all fairly new.
Something that
Doctor Strange I think, would be safe.
Probably. But it looks like he's going through a lot of pain in this movie.
I'm definitely concerned for him.
Yeah.
Head acupuncture is going right through his face.
Yeah.
Because he's actually one of the most powerful out of these guys.
Actually, technically, he is the most powerful of them because he's literally the protector of the realm, like of everything.
Like our reality.
Yeah, of our reality.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if he's there yet, but like in the comics,
that's cool.
He's easily the most powerful.
It'd be great if we had like a bubble chart that showed us characters that are in the green, characters that are in the red, where they're not looking good, characters in the yellow. It's like, well, you could go either way, you know.
Yeah. Well, going back to
a character that I'm sorry, I'm just like
good grief, man.
A character that could very reasonably die that I really don't want to is Vision. Like, it's not out of question for him to die this movie, but I really don't want him to. I like Vision.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
That's rough, buddy.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, but going back to like people who are gonna die and might not die. Spider-Man. I know he's not gonna officially die, but something that people have talked about is that when he's on that that spinning spaceship and like he takes his mask off and it looks like he's having difficulty breathing, some people are thinking like he actually dies because of lack of oxygen, and you know Tony sees that and like he is able to get Doctor Strange to turn back time, so Tony's able to give him his new suit, so that was able to take care of him. That would be a very interesting. Like, obviously, Marvel's like, oh no, we're not going to kill this person or this person or this person.
Fake us out.
Yeah, it was like, but we know Spider-Man's not going to die. I mean, come on,
he's too new.
He's way too new. He's too young.
He's too young to die.
Well, I can't imagine that. Like, Guardians and Spider-Man are not going to be cameos, but I think their parts are going to be limited. And but I do think they'll have very good parts. Also, Black Panther is not going to go anywhere.
Oh no, he's way too new.
Yeah.
It also looks like Thanos has his own posse of sorts in this one. I don't know who they are exactly.
The Black Order?
Yeah.
There's children.
Those are his kids?
Those are his kids.
Oh, those guys are ugly.
Well, because wasn't like...
Wait, they're adopted though, right?
I don't know. Oh, I think these are literally his kids.
Oh.
I think so.
Wow.
Gamora and Nebula are abducted.
I wonder if there's going to be any sibling rivalry on their part.
I can in fact speak.
Really?
I'm just looking at the double check because I think
the trailer has me shook every.
I am shooketh.
I think
very much.
Something that I'm not sure if it's confirmed, but there's a scene where Thanos is on a planet and he has a gauntlet and he's pulling the moon out of orbit. I think somebody, I don't know if it's official, but I think that somebody said that he's on Titan, his homeworld, and he's actually pulling the moon out and then destroying the planet. So that's why they call him the Mad Titan. But also, it turns out that Thanos is actually a deformed Titan in a way, and they kind of said he's basically like the Quasimodo of Titans there.
Huh, really?
So, yeah, basically. Let me pull it up.
Yeah, I'm looking through. We've got Paul Rudd as Ant-Man.
Is Ant-Man going to be in this?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, he's definitely in it.
I didn't see him in the latest trailer.
Oh, he's small.
And M'Baku and Valkyrie are in it, and...
Thanos believes that the universe became overpopulated, which led to the destruction of his home planet Titan, and is something he vowed not to let happen again. I think that means like overpopulating the place, possibly. And he says that Josh Brolin says you could almost go so far as to say he's the main character of the film, and also like the Quasimodo of this time.
I think that'd be good. That'd be a good move for this movie, is making him the main character, to be honest. Because I think
we already have so much like backstory for all the other characters. Now we want to see them all together.
Yeah, because I don't think, unlike this, like Civil War, because I know that's not technically a Avengers movie, but like
it's basically.
I know, like let's be honest here.
2.5.
Like, yeah.
2.5.
With that one, it was more about the plot development of all the Marvel characters and not the villain. You know.
Everybody was the villain in that one.
Yeah. In this one, I feel like all the characters are in a much better spot. You know, yeah, they have the differences, but they respect each other. You know, everybody's doing better again. And now it's more about the villain easily in this one.
Yeah, I really hope so, because we need better villains in the MCU right now. I mean, we've gotten a couple, especially with Killmonger. What a great guy.
What a great guy.
But the thing that Thanos has got going for him is, I mean, among all of the obvious things about him, just the fact that he's not, like, just the bad version of another character. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we get a lot of that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like...
Thanos is Thanos.
I feel like the threat is real, especially because a lot of the stuff he's looking for, a lot of our characters have, you know.
Interesting little fun fact. In Greek, the word for death is Thanatos.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's kind of a cool... Thanos' name means death.
Ominous foreshadowing.
Yeah.
It's cool because I think we kind of got a glimpse of it in Avengers 2. Tony, like, they describe Tony as being a character in this who senses the oncoming threat. And as we know, in Avengers 2, he gets... It was basically like he sees something when Scarlet Witch like does that thing to his mind. Like usually I would think, oh, she's just messing with him to like throw him off. But he says later on, he says later on, he's like, I wasn't like thrown off. I was shown something, and that's basically what he's been doing for a while now. Like he's like, I need to
prevent that.
Yeah, he's like, I need to make Ultron to protect humanity. That fails, and then he's saying like, this is why I did these things, and I think he's trying to find structure and protection for the world as a whole, and that is basically what he's been like going for a while.
Our biggest question though is, where's Hawkeye?
Where's he? Oh, he's on a special mission or something.
He's Ronin, by the way, in this new movie.
Is he actually Ronin?
Well, he's got the same freaking armor as Ronin.
He's got the leg armor, okay?
Okay, at least you know what I'm talking about. He should be Ronin, because Ronin's cool.
Haircut?
Well, here's the thing, though, is his character for this movie is described as being on his own mission, and Ronin is literally... Like, the meaning of the term Ronin is a samurai that has no master. That they're on their own path. So, like, I'm pretty sure, at least at least in some aspect, he is Ronin. Just like in a certain way, Captain America is Nomad.
Yeah.
Because the concept of those characters is the same.
Yeah, well,
even if they're not going to call them that by name.
Cap's side is going to have a lot of crap happening to them. Because we already know, like, Ant-Man.
Cap's side is basically him, Scarlet Witch. I noticed in the trailer that the people coming off the ship into Wakanda behind Scarlet Witch, behind Black Widow and Captain America, you have Scarlet Witch and Vision, you have Hulk, you have
you have War Machine.
You have War Machine, you have Falcon. I don't know if those are all people on his side or if that's later in the movie when they're all coming together. I think that's everyone
going to Wakanda to regroup. It looked like they're coming off of a Quinjet, actually, when they're coming down. Something that I found interesting that I was reading was that when Anthony Mackie, who plays Sam Wilson, was doing an interview, he said that Sam Wilson is basically holding a grudge against the other heroes, especially, Iron Man, because of the events that happened. And which is interesting considering he actually gave information to Tony to help Steve. But then again, Tony did kind of beat the crap out of both of them, even though he lost.
Ooh, what do you got there? Thanos' first version?
I was reading the Black Order.
They're actually his kids in this one, which is different from the comics, but in this one they're his kids. Yeah.
So that's actually really cool because for a lot of the Avengers movies we've had, crazy large armies for them to just fight.
Which they'll still be fighting.
Yeah, and then one particular villain. But in this one, they have the huge army that they're supposed to clash with, which I absolutely love. I'm all for that. But it's not just like the one big guy and then the army. It's the one big guy and his troop.
His 4 generals.
So we're able to see something more than just like them beating up a bunch of guys. They might actually have more substance to the fighting and the clashing, as opposed to just let's fight all these people and win and then get our butts kicked by Thanos.
Yeah.
And that's another thing. It's I'm really, really glad that they're in Wakanda because they need an army for this time. And, as we all know, the Wakandan army is so cool.
I'm just so excited. I'm like,
I can't get out of Wakanda.
And we're gonna have to see it. I know we can't see it opening night, but
I'm sorry, dude.
That's okay.
I'm really sorry.
We're hopefully opening weekend.
You can probably go see it without me if you want.
I could do it. I can do it to you.
So, as we finish up here, lightning round, crazy prediction for this movie. This is going to be the last time we talk about this before it comes out.
You said that in You said that in the first crazy prediction that popped in my head was the Browns going 6 to 8 wins this year.
Good.
We can talk about that later, but I think that'll happen. My crazy prediction for the movie is that I don't know. I'm hard coming up with crazy predictions. We already know that somebody's
going to die, so does that count as a crazy prediction?
Pick a character that you think is going to die, so we can compare this.
I think Iron Man's going to die.
So you think Captain Vision, you say
Iron Man.
Iron Man. Just Iron Man, no one else?
Well, I know more people than that one.
I know that Chris Evans' contract is almost over.
Yeah.
So.
I think Vision, Iron Man, Captain America, and what's the Vision's friend there?
No! Scarlet Witch?
No,
I love her!
No.
It's gonna happen. It's gonna be heartbreaking.
Scarlet Witch is Bae, by the way.
It's gonna tear your heart.
Yeah, well, okay.
They're gonna die in the same scene.
Okay. The reason why I think that ain't gonna happen is because she has huge story potential. Scarlet Witch does. You kill her off, you lose a really big part of the MCU.
Which means you lose a lot of money, Marvel.
I think it's called the House of M storyline, where she becomes so powerful she creates an alternate reality.
She's not
and they have to it's almost like a Dark Phoenix storyline.
Actually, something was cool. There's one scene where Bucky is screaming in the jungle and then he's running forward with his gun. And then in this trailer you see the whole Thanos trying to grab Steve and kill him basically. It'd be really cool if that was the scene where Steve basically falls, and it'd be heartbreaking because it'd be his best friend trying to save him, and then you just slowly see that Steve dies. And I think that'd be a very powerful moment in a Marvel, any movie, that'd be insane. But I think that would be a good way. Maybe they could fight off Thanos enough for them to have a moment with their fallen comrade. But oh gosh,
I would be heartbroken if Scarlet Witch died. And if Vision died,
that's I'm saying crazy prediction.
I would be heartbroken if they died.
I think there's gonna be some tears in the theaters.
I'm just saying I would be heartbroken if they died, but I think it would be dumb if they killed Scarlet Witch.
I think
Vision I understand.
He's gonna have the thing pull out of his head.
On like a future aspect if they killed him.
Could happen.
Yeah.
But unfortunately, what does have to come to an end is this episode. So
oh well.
Sad.
So tell us what you guys think. Do you like Jessica Jones? Do you not like it? Do you guys watch Final Space? Have you not watched it? If not, go see it. What do you think about Avengers? Tell us what you think.
And not liking it's not an option, so don't go there. Just like what's gonna happen?
To like it. Listen.
Yeah. All right.
Watch it.
Stay kind, geeks.
Bye.